I feel like for a lot of people my age, our entire expectation for romantic partners comes from movies.
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What?
I hear a lot of girls asking for a guy who can yearn for them and does all these grand gestures.
I've been doing a lot of thinking. The thing is, I love you.
And then I hear guys on the other side who want just this like naturally pretty, funny girl. But what happened to those movies? Movies that gave us a better hope for what love could be, what love could look like, what two people could look like together.
3 months later, we got married.
Yeah, it only took 3 months.
12 years and 3 months.
A lot of people think of rom-coms as a new thing that's like just come about in the early 2000s, Clueless and other movies like that, but the first rom-coms were really way before that, in the 1950s and the 1930s. Yeah. And going back and watching those rom-coms, especially Some Like It Hot and the Marilyn Monroe ones, they're really funny and they really do hold up.
I can never have children.
We can adopt some. But you don't understand, Osgood. I'm a man. Well, nobody's perfect.
I've heard a lot of arguments on YouTube that say it's the superhero movies that are driving out the rom-coms, or it's like the mega IPs. But rom-coms have survived that before. They survived the Lord of the Rings franchise. They survived the Star Wars hype. This is a rom-com. I know no one remembers this movie with Will Smith.
That's where I come in.
You have to look at what this movie did. It made the most money out of any movie that released in the month of February, right? It was up against Star Wars. It was up against Batman. We can't say that franchises and like big IPs killed rom-coms when you have a movie like Hitch, which is still getting the #1 film for the entire month in a year with all these bangers.
Oh!
But now, if we go to 2025, I'm telling you, 20 years later, not a single rom-com. Purely looking at the numbers, 2008 was the last year for rom-coms. After that, we still see romance in movies, but there's no more movies about romance, where that's the actual centerpiece. I spent the last week wondering, what happened to make 2008 the last year for romance? It's just like what's happening now, where we're seeing a lot of blockbusters because people can't really afford to go to movies like that, so they wouldn't want to waste their money on a ticket for like a rom-com, right? And then as soon as people start not being able to afford kind of these things, then Netflix comes out with a streaming service that hosts these things for a subscription. And then the way we find each other has also changed. So coming back after the writer's strike, it might have been difficult to write a rom-com when, dating apps are getting more popular and people can't really afford to go to the theaters like that. Netflix over the next couple of years takes over rom-coms completely. And when I talk about the writer's strike and the recession, I'm not talking about a modern phenomenon. I'm still talking about 2008. In the following years, rom-coms slowly fizzled out of the limelight, and in 2018, Netflix took over the rom-com. Movies like The Kissing Booth and To All the Boys I've Loved Before took over the market. These movies became the rom-coms for the next generation. But now, even the Netflix rom-com seems like it's dried up. But the story can't end here. People still want to see these stories. People still want to see people fall in love. So what does romance media look like in a post-Netflix sort of era? If you look at the media landscape right now, most of the romance media happens to be these YouTube game shows. And these are our new examples of how romance is.
Deal breakers?
It's swiping, it's pressing a button. It's shortened down from an hour-long story about two people meeting each other and choosing to fall in love with each other to one choice. Left or right? Accept or deny?
I think he pressed me first.
These shows have taken the anatomy of a rom-com and shortened it into 20-minute YouTube videos that they can post multiple times a week. And we can either choose to blame them or see that this is just a reflection of how we find love in this day and age. That's the real story here. How we love changed and our media changed also. The only notable rom-com from this year is the Sydney Sweeney one, and it's kind of pretty similar. It's just a copy of the old ones, but it doesn't have the same feel, it doesn't have the same soul, and I think we all know why.